Okay, so here we have today's video, and it's going to be the fated battle. The one that's been going on since COVID. It's been a long, hard 4 years, but here we are. Marvel Legends versus DC Multiverse. Hasbro versus McFarlane Toys. Who's better? Well, it depends on who you are and what you like and what you want. So, here we have the DC Multiverse Dark Side from McFarlane Toys, and we have Marvel Legends Death's Head from Hasbro. Just looking at these two figures side to side, honestly, I think both look good. I don't really have an issue with the aesthetic on either figure. I think that when you bring articulation into play is where things tend to get muddy for people. I'm going to tell you that both of these figures have just about the same level of articulation in the other. There's really nothing that Death's Head can do that this Dark Side can't do. As far as accessories, you have Death's Head accessories here. You have Dark Side's accessories here. Again, I don't really feel like either character is missing anything, so I can't really say who's better on that end. What it comes down to is, what do you want? If you want more detail into your figures, you probably want to go McFarlane. If you're worried about some detail, but mostly play factor, I would pick Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends is the better toy. There, I said it in the video. Marvel Legends is the better toy. But if I had to ask which one of these figures look better on a shelf, this one. McFarlane's DC Multiverse has the size and presence and detail to look very statuesque, if you will. Marvel Legends, on the other hand, well, they tend to look like action figures. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is its every intention. This is meant to be played with. This is meant to be safe enough for a 4-year-old. Hence why rubbery plastic. You see how the spikes are kind of bending? That's why. This figure over here is obviously meant for someone who is just going to pose and display. You got soft goods cape, wired soft goods cape, by the way. You have this plastic cape. It's detailed though. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually like the detail in that cape. You have a type of, when you see a wash done, there's a difference between filling in indentions, you know, maybe a little scratch there, and actually putting a wash to the figure. It brings out the detail a lot better. That's really it. It's comes down to that. What do you want? Do you want an action figure? Basic articulation. It has all of the basic articulation that an action figure requires. Or, Cap fell back there, man down. Batman fell, man down. Do you want a shelf piece. Now, he's just as articulated, don't get me wrong. But you see what I mean? There's a difference. See if I can get him to stand. Oh, he stood. There's a difference. I'm going to remove Batman from the back. We got a separate section for him. Here is Marvel Legends Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, and Cyborg Superman. Just putting them next to each other, it's the same thing. Detail, washes, action figure. Very good action figure. I will not take anything away from it. But they're serving two different purposes. Now, Batman. Everybody knows that if you are a DC multiverse collector, there is no shortage of Batman. Batman is here to stay. But you know what's pretty good when you get Batman? Is when you actually get what he calls platinum chases. Same figure, but different level, I said level, but really what I meant to say was same figure, different execution. This is the base figure. It's good. Soft goods cape, again, wired. And then you have the platinum. Platinum has this blue shading to it to make it this. And again, this makes it different. This makes it feel like, hey, you're not just buying the same toy over and over again. We all know that with these brands, you're going to be buying the same toy. It doesn't matter if you go DC Multiverse. It doesn't matter if you go Marvel Legends. You're going to be buying the same toys. Repaints, maybe you see some reuse here and there. If you're complaining about any one of those things, you need to find something else to collect. Both of these brands do it. Price points. That is going to be another video for another day. I have a lot to say about price point. I'm going to show quite a bit in that video just to kind of illustrate a point of, is something worth it? And the question is it worth it to you? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Don't worry about what other reviewers are saying. Don't worry about what the company is saying. Don't worry about what I'm saying. I'm just an opinion. That's all this video is opinion. If you feel like Marvel Legends is the best toy line in the world, by all means, buy Marvel Legends. If you feel the opposite and you feel like DC Multiverse is the best toy line in the world, buy that. I don't see the need to argue with people in comment sections, having response videos, having complaints videos about stuff that all of these companies do. It doesn't matter how expensive you get either. They all do their share of, let's just say, less than desirable things. I personally believe, get what makes you happy. Don't worry about the rest. You know, what everybody else thinks does not matter. Get what makes you happy. As long as you're doing that, videos like this wouldn't even be necessary. There's no reason to have literal hate groups over toys. These are all things that don't matter in life. Your family matters. Your kids matter. You know, that stuff matters. Not these toys.